Now to the women's C 1500 who are on the start line. Hit number 1, Noah Sarup of Unattached. Number 2, Michaela Young of Collingwood. Number 3, Sophia Armstrong of the Bellarine. Number 4, Annabelle Smith, Unattached. Number 5, Nisa Malays of WTN. Someone's going to have to help me out with that
Williamstown.
Williamstown, thank you. Number 6, Amy Lane of Western Ass. Number 7, Sophie Stokes of Ringwood. Number 8, Sophie Bolmet of Sandringham. Number 9, Sophie Crane of Glen Huntly. Number 10, Melissa Baster of Frankston. Number 11, Imogen Baker of Mornington Peninsula. Number 12, Mia Lepere of Ballarat YCW. Number 13, Alexandra Schultz of Unattached. And rounding it out at number 14, Tiana Postons of Box Hill. So a big field of 14 here in the women's C 1500 metres. And what sort of spread are we looking at, Mick?
Well, I dare say a few of these athletes would be looking to nudge that 5-minute barrier. PBs ranging between 5 dead and 5:17, with probably about 4 or 5 of them around the mid 5-minute mark. So 5:04, 5:05, 5:06s. So to get under that milestone barrier, they will need to go through in average 1 minute 20 per lap. So we'll keep a keen eye on that, because we know that a lot of these young athletes hold that 5-minute barrier in such high regard, and we'll be chasing that tonight in great conditions.
You say that, Mick. One of them is going to chase it extremely hard from the gun, and I think that's our unattached athlete, Noah Sarup. So she's not messing about, and she's out here to run a fast time. So good for her. She puts about 15 metres into the rest of the field, coming up to the 300-metre mark here, and she has absolutely let herself be known to the rest of the field that she's not going to wait around. As the rest of the girls now start to come through the line, and I believe that we have our Glen Huntly athlete in Sophie Crane, who's going to lead that chase pack. But at the front of it is Noah Sarup as she comes up to 400 metres to go, and she's put about 15, 20 metres into them here.
And the whole field just came through the first 300 metres in under 58 seconds, which will give them all on pace for 5 minutes. So, and as we see them go through the 400, the whole field has gone still under that pace of 5 minutes per kilometre. Noah Sarup, though, she is got a lead of about 30 to 40 odd metres on the rest of the field. Guess how old she is, Mitch?
Oh, I would have to say she's about 12 years old.
11.
Oh, close. That's incredible running. She's taken a quick look over the inside of her shoulder there to see where the rest of the field is and make sure that she hasn't started before everybody else. So she's looking incredibly comfortable. She's got still about 25, 30 metres into the rest of the field, as now it starts to move around a little bit within that chase pack. And they're starting to pick her up bit by bit here. So as they get closer to us, we'll be able to identify who these athletes are. But they're all happy to work together to try and pick up our young athlete here, who has gone out in an extremely brave performance. And she's hopefully going to be able to hold on if they do gobble her up. But she's running extremely well as the rest of the pack now starts to edge closer and closer and bridge that gap. And that is Imogen Baker there of Mornington Peninsula, who's going to lead them through. And still Sophie Crane of Glen Huntly right behind them there.
Nissa Males from
Males. And our Box Hill athlete of Tiana Postons as well on the outside. So Noah Sarup still in front, coming up to 800 metres through the race. She's probably going to hit the line there at about 2:35, 2:36. The rest of the field, 2:38, 2:39. So they are starting to pick her up a little bit, but she's still got room, Mick.
Absolutely. I dare say she will get caught, but when she does, or if she does, hopefully just settle into pace, maintain a little bit. We saw at last Miles Club people getting past, settling in and kicking with a strong finish. But as I say that, it actually doesn't look like she's slowing down.
No,
with about 600 metres to go.
No, she's looking incredibly comfortable, and that chase pack is doing a lot to try and pick her up. And that's Imogen Baker still at the front there from Mornington. But Noah Sarup, what an incredible performance. And look, even if she does get caught, it's an extremely tough thing to do, to put yourself out there in the front, and we love to see it. So good on you, and I really hope that she can take it out, Noah Sarup. She still has about 10, 15 metres on the pack, but now the leader of that chase pack has changed over.
Michaela Young from Collingwood.
Young, that's the one. 400 metres to go now. She's going to try and lead the charge to bridge this gap. As Sarup, she's going to hit the line at 3:40, and now here comes Young, 3:43. The rest of the group now, as we see Imogen Baker still leading that chase pack, but Michaela Young, she's going to be the one to come up on Sarup's shoulder, and a great performance out in front. We'll see if she can maybe tuck in behind or hold on behind her, Sarup, with 300 metres to go. But Michaela Young starting to extend her stride, and we'll see what happens here on the back straight.
Yeah, they went through with 1 lap to go. The bulk of that front field, about 6 to 7 athletes, all under that 5-minute pace. They'll all need to do a 1 minute 20 close to get under that mark, which a handful of them may do. It's a ding-dong battle at the front there. Noah Sarup and Michaela Young, they've 1 and 2 seated athletes. Sarup is about half the size of Young. She's just sitting in on her heels.
Incredible.
As we said, we thought that she would get past, but could she hang on? It looks like she does. She's just waiting.
And look at her legs move. And Young, she did a lot of work to be able to bridge the gap. And maybe Sarup now, she's been able to tuck in behind her. And she's
Sit and
maybe
kick.
stooged the whole field. She was ready for her to come and take
She's
some
done
of the
it.
lead. As Sarup, she went out so
Wowee.
fast and she has held on. And that is the performance of the night. That is incredible from the 11-year-old athlete. 4:55 at 11
Kidding
years
me.
of age. And one of the gutsiest runs you will see. Fantastic work from Michaela Young to bridge that gap. Imogen Baker there of Mornington Peninsula, as well as Amy Lane. But Noah Sarup, that is incredible, and that is hard to do. If you get swallowed, sometimes your confidence gets hit, and that's an incredible win, as we see. Sophia Armstrong now across the line with the rest of the field, and that was... I'm a bit speechless, Mick.
Some quick times at the head of the field there as well in the low 5-minute range, a couple of 5:01s, 5:03s from a few of those athletes, but yeah, I didn't expect that either.
That is...
Yeah, I was saying I would
That
hope
is-
that she would get past, sit in, and then have a kick to finish with, but didn't know that she would do it, and she was very, very impressive, especially for an athlete of the age of 11 years old. 4:55. Also, the athlete from Collingwood in Michaela Young going under that 5-minute mark for the first time as well.
That is just incredible. And a big hug from Mum there right at the end. Solidifies a perfect race. And that is a Macca's trip if I've ever heard of one. As people are now coming to her and saying, hey, can you please teach me how to do that? That was incredible. So a great race there from the young athlete.